Good morning. Welcome to the Alpine Church of Spiritual Living. Good to see all of you here today. I will read the thought for the week, and then you can join me in the last paragraph down below. Sunday is Father's Day, and I trust all fathers are being honored and celebrated as well as they should be. As we focus on beauty as a theme for this month, I chose Beauty and the Beast as the topic. That may seem odd, but the old story, said to have originated about 4,000 years ago, has redeeming qualities from which we can learn and apply to our lives today. To give a very brief synopsis, the beautiful daughter, might I add both inside and out, is sent to live in a castle where a beast, ugly-looking man resides. After several months, Beauty realizes she loves the beast, and in the end, her love releases the spell cast on him to reveal his true identity as the prince. The underlying message brings forth the old adage, love is blind. Love doesn't see with the eyes, but moreover feels with the heart. On Father's Day, we celebrate the love fathers have for their children and the love children give back to them. Granted, in the drama of life, some fathers are not the most adept at fulfilling their role. However, buried underneath an outer shell is a heart longing to be released. I can't help but remember our son Burke, who at 36 became a father for the first time, and at 39 was abruptly taken from this earth plane. He was one of those amazing fathers. Last year for Father's Day, Adeline's gift was her handprints on a paper with the words printed beside it, hands down, best dad ever. I look at that hanging on their living room wall and must agree. Whether you assess your father was the best dad or not, open your heart to the recognition that within each and every one of us is the beautiful splendor of unconditional love. Say with me, I am grateful for fathers everywhere and open my mind and heart to seeing the beauty of unconditional love in all. So happy Father's Day. And happy Juneteenth as well. We are not just celebrating fathers today, but we are also celebrating the emancipation of the slaves in our country. Juneteenth was signed as a national holiday just last year, so some of us are still getting used to what it's all about. But it is dating back to June 19th, 1865, when the soldiers rode into Galveston, Texas, to announce that the slaves had been released or emancipated by Lincoln some 2 years earlier, and they had not received the message until in Texas for 2 years. And there was just instant celebration, and to this day, that has been the case where more and more people have recognized that June 19th is the day that they officially recognize as the emancipation and celebration for freedom from slavery. And so I think it's wonderful that it just happens to be hitting today on Father's Day as well. I think it's a beautiful thing that we're celebrating both fathers and freedom in one day. I think it's a monumental step for our country to have this recognition. And if you're interested, the choir that I used to be in before COVID hit, the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Choir, is performing today. They're having a celebration at MacArthur Park in La Mesa, and they're going to be performing at 2:30. So if you're interested, it's a free event. Head on down to La Mesa, and they've got the different things going on all afternoon. And so I think that would be a great thing if you have the time to do that today. Our theme this month is Behold Beauty Everywhere. And so we're celebrating the beauty of fathers and freedom today. The song that you heard earlier in the service, George Strait's song, A Father's Love, is a poignant, I think, and beautiful message that talks about a father's love that is unending, not dependent on behavior or any other judgments at all. It's a very positive message. I think wise fathers have that ability to see beyond the adolescent innocence of children, to know that deep within them there is this power of love, this power of knowledge. And I so want to acknowledge that not just fathers on this earth plane do that, but the Father in heaven, as the song said, judges not. That we all are judged based on our awareness that we are beautiful children, innocent children of the divine. And as we grow in stature and as we grow in wisdom, and as we listen more to our inner self and our inner promptings, we recognize and are able to reflect back out this unconditional, unjudgmental love that we are made in. So our theme this month is beauty, and I think you can look out in nature and just reflect on the beauty that is all around us. I like to go within many times, especially, I know a few of us here like to meditate outdoors, and to hear the birds singing and to feel the breeze against our skin is a wonderful thing, to recognize that we are one with the elements of life. And to take a nice deep breath and just acknowledge that love is flowing through, coursing through all of our veins, all of our being, and through every other creature, and whether it be winged or hoofed or slithering. Yes, I found another snake in my garage yesterday. But I think it was a king snake. It didn't have any rattles, so it was a friendly one. But I was concerned I don't want to run over him when I pull in the garage, so I hope he's slithered away and is hiding somewhere. So I've been, as I told you earlier, cat sitting Peter's cats for a month now, and I see Peter's back. Thank you, Peter. Good to see you. And so one of them, Jacqueline, gave birth a week ago Friday to 5 black little kids. Okay, well, popped off for whatever reason. Here we are. So I don't know when it popped off, but I was just thinking about the fact how nature is so wonderful to just give instincts to these animals that are just able to take care of their young without any sort of instruction. We, as humans, thought we knew better, and so we moved the cats from where they were initially birthed to a better location, which of course she decided was not the right place, so she moved them. And of course we've determined that that wasn't the right location, so we moved them. And then she realized that no, that's not the right location. So she finally moved them to a point that we can't get to them. They are literally way under Becky's bed, back in the corner, and all we can do is hear them, the little sounds, this and that, but we haven't seen them now for about a week. And we will, though, when Peter comes to get them, huh? But it just makes me realize how nature, our innate being, is so well established in knowing what to do. And it's our humanness of us that get all balled up and all caught up in thinking that we know better than what nature knows. And so it's one of those things, if we can just go back to remembering to remember that we are all progressing at our right and perfect pace in this soul journey of life, be it on this realm or another. And to just allow this divine life to flow and be what it is, and to live in the moment of now. Not trying to anticipate, not trying to change, not trying to do any of that, but just allowing life to come to us. I was reading Martha Creek's newsletter Reverend Dr. Martha Creek's newsletter this month, where she highlighted her father, Joe Herschel Creek, who lived from 1933 to 2007. And near the end of her life, which was his life was 15 years ago, she asked him if he had any regrets. And he thought for a minute and he said, "I don't have any regrets, honey. I would do many things differently if I had it to do over again, and I can't undo what is done." This surprised her, for she knew his background and how it was sprinkled with many poor decisions. She thought then about regrets and that she harbored, and she realized, and this is to quote, "I know holding on to regret is like dragging the weight of the past with us everywhere we go. It drains our energy and leaves us less available for life in the present because we are constantly referring to what might have been, could have been, should have been. I cannot let my regret of what I didn't do stop me from taking defined action now." She goes on to say, "I give thanks to my teacher Babaji, who told me sweetly and clearly one day during 9 Gates Mystery School how to live. I asked him, I have this fantastic job offer in a mega iconic church with other extraordinary leaders and the opportunity to forego that opportunity and basically move back home to care for Daddy during his health crisis. What should I do?" Babaji said with a deep pause, "It's very easy, Martha. Make the choice that you would least regret." Clear it was, clear it is. Home I went, and my teacher was so right. No regrets here. Every day, we are posed with choices to make. When we are open to make the choices that we would least regret, then that allows us to live in the moment, to accept that we are making the very best decision that we can. And perhaps there is something that comes up in our minds that we are regretful of at this point in our lives. That is the time then to put forgiveness work at duty in our lives, to bring forth forgiveness for ourselves or for others, so that we can literally be washed clear, let go of that past, of those regrets, of that remorse, or whatever it might be. To remember that each and every one of us is doing exactly the very best that we can do at that moment based on the consciousness level that we have. So remember to be kind and loving and giving to yourself. Be kind and loving and giving to others. Live in the precious now and make the choices that you will least regret. I wanted to share with you how many of you read the Daily Word. I know there's a few of you in here who do. I want to share today's reading. It's about fathers. It's called Father's Blessings. I bless all fathers with thoughts of gratitude. I am grateful for fathers, grandfathers, stepfathers, and all father figures who care for children and families. I pray they are called always to follow their guidance and to act to express divine love. I envision their hearts and minds opening to receive blessings of strength, patience, and tenderness. I see them supported in all they are called upon to do and comforted during times of struggle. I pray also for children, young and old, as they remember their fathers. May cherished memories bring smiles and warmth, and may the love remain alive forever in the hearts and minds. And for all those on a healing or forgiving journey, I pray that divine love leads and comforts them on a path toward lasting peace. May the peace and love of God fill their hearts today and every day. And the scripture quote from Numbers, "The Lord bless and keep you." This is a day to honor fathers, to honor their energy, their essence, their awareness, and to give thanks for them. So I wanted to share with you a song that comes to me from my history with the Methodist Church. If you know it, you can join me. This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears, all nature sings, and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world, I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas, his hand the wonders wrought. This is my Father's world, the birds their carols raise, the morning light, the lily white, declare their Maker's praise. This is my Father's world, he shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass I hear him pass, he speaks to me everywhere. This is my Father's world, oh, let me ne'er forget that though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. This is my Father's world, why should my heart be sad? The Lord is King, let the heavens ring. God reigns, let the earth be glad. Open your hearts, open your minds, open your whole being to being glad, to being so grateful that we live in this beautiful, beautiful kingdom of love, of unending love, and let it out. Namaste.